Welcome back, everybody. We are adding to our dinner group Mr. Jim Awad, chairman of W.P. Stewart Asset Management. We still have Don Luskin, Jerry Bowyer, Herb Greenberg. They are there with us. Jim Awad, we're talking earlier in the program. We welcome you back. A sea change, Jim, a sea change. All of a sudden, dollar has its best day in, 3 years against the euro. Gold is hemorrhaging. Oil seems to be following. And stocks are looking good. Those March lows are very much intact. And interest rates are falling in corporate bonds, but they're rising a bit in government bonds, which seems a return to normalcy. What's your take? What's your strategy here? What's going on?
Yeah, I hope the Fed will notice what happened, because if they do not lower rates, what you will see is exactly more of this. You will unwind that negative trade. The dollar will go up. The stock market will go up. Oil will go down. Commodities will go down. To the extent there is hot money in the food commodities, it will go down, and you will have higher growth and lower inflation. So what I would hope is the Fed would give a balanced statement, do nothing, say that they're there if things get worse, but they think that they see the beginning of the end. They will use targeted liquidity rather than interest rates here. If that happens and people feel that the Fed is feeling better and you unwind the hot money trade against the market, against the dollar, then I think we're in a situation where we can make further progress in stocks.
You know, I think this idea, that's a good point. The Fed is feeling better. Herb Greenberg, come to you because I know you don't buy into it. And I respect that. I respect. But part of the throw-off of the Wall Street Journal story this morning was that if the Fed doesn't see the need to cut anymore, they are feeling better. And if they're feeling better, we should feel better. And if we should feel better, then stocks should feel better. I mean, that's kind of the logic, Herb.
But nobody is coming up. I'm looking over here at Market Watch at the story that's on the top on the front page today about the CNBC World Markets forecast for oil. $200 a barrel by the year 2000. $7 a gallon gasoline. Don't you think now?
All the more reason to hike rates. All the more reason to tighten. I mean, you're arguing both sides of this, Herb. You're saying everything is terrible, it's awful, it's the end of the world, so pour the money in, and then you're complaining about what happens when we pour the money in.
Jerry, I'm just saying, well, the fact is, maybe it is both, and maybe that there's literally the rock and the hard place here, and no matter what they do, it's going to be rough sledding for more than a year.
Maybe it's inflation and deflation at the same time.
Maybe it's inflation and real inflation and superinflation and hyperinflation.
That's the thing about the pessimistic mindset, is that it finds every possible ill that can be wrong. Not everything can go wrong at the same time.
I'm an optimistic guy. I want to be optimistic.
Herb, it's not a question of optimism or pessimism. It's just that everything you say begins with the word maybe. Maybe makes anything you say after that word true. What do you think is really going to happen?
All right, I'll tell you why. Well, I don't know. I can't see the future like you, Don. I haven't been gifted with a crystal ball. And what I do understand is nothing goes in a straight line. I'm just trying to talk common sense and reality.
More money or less money? Lower rates or higher rates? That's a simple question.
Look,
which way should they go?
I think going down is not going to help things, okay? It's not going to help things. It hasn't helped.
Okay, so they shouldn't cut more.
But Herb, you can't...
I also don't... I think the consumer is on a funk here.
Yeah, but Herb, you can't predict the future, but you can look at the past, and the past is that it never pays to be too bearish on the U.S. economy. We will work our way through this crisis like we did every other crisis.
That's it.
We are a very resilient economy.
Now, Jim Awad, we're going to stop on that note. We're coming back. You're going to come back, because I want to talk about that. Overbaked pessimism. Nothing is as pessimistic as we have heard in recent months. Nothing can be. This is America. Let us not forget that. That kind of pessimism always suggests that the pessimists are going to be wrong. By the way, please, folks, after the show, if you have a moment, be sure to check out my blog, kudlowblog.cnbc.com. Posted a whole business today about this sea change in the markets and McCain.